back to SkywayTj, everybody, and happy July. As tradition at the first of every month, we will be going over everything I watched and platinumed in the previous month, and that would be June. So without further ado, let's hop into these, starting with the platinum. So the first thing I platinumed in June was Goat Simulator. This is a game which, as expected, you play as a goat, doing all kinds of wacky, stupid shit. It's kind of like a trolly, dumb game. I will say the platinum was blocked for me for a minute because you have to do this game called Flappy Goat, which was a rip of a Flappy Bird back in the day, and the controls on it are so jank and stupid and awful that it took me 2 fucking hours to get this when it should have taken like half an hour at max. But yeah, after that I got the platinum for Gris. I'm pretty sure this is the same production company that made Journey back in the day. You play as a girl who's lost her voice, but the grand scheme of the game is that she's lost a lot more, and she's trying to basically rebuild her world. It's about depression and shit. It's really good, very good art style. Was really, really into it. Next, I did My Friend Peppa Pig, and I don't want to talk about it. It's one of those games that most of these trophy hunter creators on here that I watch got, and I was like, you know what? It's free. I might as well. A nice, easy platinum. Yeah, here's My Friend Peppa Pig. Then I got The Gardens Between. This is an indie game where you play as 2 kids who are solving puzzles, and you go through all these little islands that they're going through, and it's a spiritual, kind of like metaphorical thing for how the 2 friends are splitting apart because one of them's moving away. I love indie games like that tell a story, but there's also fun mechanics to them. Yeah. Next, I got one that like took me forever. I got the platinum for Exoprimal. This is a game where you are different mechs and you fight a bunch of dinosaurs that this dickhead AI named Leviathan is spawning you for combat tests, and there's this whole plot going on, but you barely understand the plot because it's told you through little video files in the main menu. It doesn't matter. It's a 5-person little co-op game where you fight dinosaurs. It's not that good. I don't know why I actually went for this one, but the last trophy I needed was to kill 100,000 dinosaurs, and that took forever because you only get about 500 per match. So yeah, I finally got that. Thank God it's done. And the last platinum I got in June was Ratchet & Clank. This is a remake of the first game that came out in like 2016. It's like for a tie-in movie or something like that. Ratchet & Clank is amazing. It's always been one of my favorite franchises, and I decided I finally wanted to get this game, mostly because my friends suggested I should finally do it, and I'm glad they did. I'm currently working on Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart for the PS5, and it is amazing. I love Ratchet & Clank. I hope they never stop making these games. They're so good. Alrighty, on to movies. The first movie I watched this month was The Watchers. This is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter's directorial debut, and much like Shyamalan, there's an interesting concept in this movie. I just don't think it's executed very well. The parts that were in the woods were very good, very atmospheric and creepy. The creature design is creepy, but the overall plot of the movie is just kind of a little crazy, especially once they got off the island. I appreciated the lore and the backstory they gave to kind of fill in those gaps, but like something about it's just missing. Like, I liked it to an extent, but it's just something's just missing, and I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. For my movie club this month, it was Blockbuster month, and somebody picked Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This movie came out a while ago, starring Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. This is actually the movie where these 2 fell in love, apparently, and you can kind of tell during the movie they have great chemistry together. Angelina Jolie has looked the best she's ever has, and I will die on that hill. The movie's a bit of a fucking drag until they actually once they learn each other's secrets and the action starts kicking the fuck up, then yeah, it was hitting different. I really enjoyed that, but some of those parts in the beginning were real damn slow. But overall, I enjoyed it. Then we finally saw Inside Out 2. This is a sequel to Inside Out from Pixar, obviously. This one introduces a bunch of new emotions, specifically anxiety. And anxiety is perfectly portrayed in this movie. The way she makes Riley's teenage mind freak the hell out about everything, and the existential shit that happens in this movie. Yeah, there's a part where they portray an anxiety attack very well. That it just hit home a little bit. So yeah, there was that. There's a part where Joy talks about how she says something like, maybe as you grow up, you feel less joy or something, and that hurt. That hurt a lot. It's true, but that just hurt. So yeah, it's a very good movie. It's a kids movie, obviously, but it's tied into adult themes, and that's why I always appreciate Inside Out. And now the sequel, Really, really good. Alrighty, then I was playing catch up and I watched Bad Boys 2. This movie, Michael Bay was unhinged in this movie. First of all, the movie's 2.5 hours long. That's way too damn long for this type of movie, I gotta say. But the action scenes were really cool. There was a lot of explosions and a lot of fun action set pieces. Enjoyed that. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith have great chemistry, as per usual. This is my second favorite Bad Boys movie, as I've seen all of them now. And I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I finally watched this franchise. Bad Boys for Life, however, is also very good. It trades out some of the more super explodey parts for actual character development for Will Smith's character, and the subplots are interesting. The villain is kind of actually fun to watch for once. Yeah, there's good emotional beats in this one, and I'm glad this franchise actually has some life in it, because, yeah, when I get to Ride or Die here, you'll see why. Then again, for movie club, somebody picked I Am Legend. I think I picked this one, actually. I've been meaning to watch this for years, and I finally did. The movie's very good. The CGI is absolutely horrid. But overall, the movie itself is pretty damn good. They did not, this is a spoiler, by the way, if you haven't seen it. They did not have to do that to the dog. Do not get me attached to animals in movies just for you to kill them. I fucking hate when they do that. And they do it so much. I get it. It's a good way to make you feel things for the audience or whatever. But fuck me, man. Oh, it was so heartbreaking. Regardless, very good movie. I'm interested to see how the sequel's going to go, since apparently they're making a sequel based on the alternate ending. I don't fucking know. Alrighty, then I finally decided to check out that movie that everybody's been talking about since last year, Anyone But You, with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. This is a rom-com type thing where they're both pretending to date each other even though they actually hate each other, but they actually love each other deep down. It's a whole thing. Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell have great chemistry. There's no shot these two weren't hooking up, having an affair during the filming of this movie. I don't care. There's just no way they weren't. I'm sorry. But yeah, great chemistry. Sydney Sweeney's amazing. Glenn Powell's amazing. And I'm glad they're both getting the recognition they finally deserve. It was actually a pretty good movie. I was shocked. If you watched my I Watched 1,000 Movies videos, then you know that my 1,000th movie was Citizen Kane. There's not much to say about this movie that I didn't say in that video. It's just, I understand why it's a beloved classic. I get the messages in it. I get the importance of the Rosebud. I get the themes. I get all that. It's just not my type of movie. For me, I did not really care about Kane's problems. Respectfully, I just didn't. I get it. I understand. I'm glad to have watched it since it's the greatest movie of all time, or whatever they say all the fucking time on these lists. But for me, it just wasn't it. So, you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Then went out and watched A Quiet Place Day 1. This is a prequel to A Quiet Place, obviously. Not directed by John Krasinski this time, but still very well done. Starring Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn. They both do an excellent job in this movie. Joseph Quinn proves that he's not just Eddie Munson, and he does an amazing performance where he can't even talk that much. It's great. Lupita Nyong'o plays this cancer patient very, very well, and she said it was a thing that she felt compelled to do and felt very heartwarming to do after Chadwick Boseman's passing. So yeah, very good. I love that the Quiet Place movies are more about the human dynamic than just the scary ass monsters in the movies. And yes, and also Frodo the cat, best cat. So glad he was in the movie. And we wrapped up June with Bad Boys for Life. Nope, Bad Boys Ride or Die. Sorry. Yeah, this is the newest movie in the Bad Boys franchise, and I think it's the best one. I don't know what it is about it. The characters are very good in this one. Martin Lawrence is so fucking funny in this one. He's been funny in all of them, but this one he was on his A game, man. I don't know. What else? There's some sexy, saucy ass camera work at the end where I think Will Smith and Martin Lawrence had some sort of camera contraption on them where they could flip between first person shots or something. I don't know, but the camera kept switching back from them to them, like you were in a Call of Duty game, like them actually gunning down people. It was really cool. There was just such amazing camera work in this one. Fun action set pieces. The characters were fun. Yeah, I think this is my favorite one in the franchise, and I did not expect a fourth entry to be that, but yeah, it's really damn good. Well, guys, that's everything I platinumed and watched in the month of June. Not much TV has been happening. I've just been rewatching The Walking Dead with my friends, and I've been watching Dragon Ball on my own, but I'll talk about those once I finally finish them, which will be a while. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please drop likes, subscribe. I make videos every single Friday. I'll be back next week with something. I don't know yet. I haven't planned out the rest of July. We will see. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.